Hey guys, so for today's video, I have my May favorites and regrets. I'm so excited for this video because I actually have so many things to share with you guys. I feel like the past couple months, I haven't had a really epic favorites and regrets, and this month, I think it's pretty epic. I have so many things that I'm really excited to share with you guys about, and also some things that have been a little bit disappointing, so I'll save that to the end where I will talk to you guys about my regrets. So I don't want this video to be like overly long, so let's just go ahead and get started. So first things first, I want to say that this video is sponsored by Silken. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this. Funny enough, they actually reached out to me at a time where I was just thinking about spending hundreds of dollars and getting laser somewhere kind of like in my area. So when they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try their version of the at-home kind of permanent hair removal system, I was like, yes, please, thank you. So pretty much what this is it's a light pulsing kind of hair removal system. So it doesn't use a laser or a hot wire. It's completely painless, can I just say? Like, it's incredible. I've only felt a little tiny zap here and there in certain areas, but that's like literally once in like 30-40 pulses. I'm not kidding you guys, it's almost completely painless. So since this does use home light pulse technology, it's obviously easy for you to use at home in the comfort of your own home, so you don't have to book appointments and travel and waste gas going to appointments. I literally can just chill out in my robe in my bedroom and just pulse away. And for those of you who are curious, they have been approved by Health Canada and the FDA. I have been testing this out for 7 weeks now, 6 or 7 weeks now. My leg hairs are almost completely gone. Like, I'm amazed. I am honestly a really hairy girl, and unfortunately, I'm not kidding you guys, I would shave my legs and within maybe 13, 14 hours, like not even a full 24 hours, the next morning or whatever, my legs would already have stubble and they would be kind of prickly. And not only that, my armpit hair, like, you guys, I'm not kidding you, I have to shave that every single day. But this has saved me. So if you guys are wondering where you can purchase this, you can purchase it on silken.ca, Shoppers Drug Mart, London Drugs, and Bed Bath & Beyond. It's called the Flash and Go Express. So now I want to move on to the makeup products. The first product I want to mention is a drugstore bronzer that I've been obsessed with. This is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze. This is the Terra Sun Powder Face and Body. You guys, this is so bomb. It is pretty warm, so I will say if you're not kind of like I wear self-tan, so if you're not medium skin tone, this will be very orange on you, and I mean, that's never cute. On me, it's like a really pretty sun-kissed warm bronzer, and I'm obsessed with it. It smells really nice too. And I can't tell you guys how smooth this is on the skin. Like, no lie, it feels like you're rubbing powdered butter, and it's just like buttering right on your skin. It feels so good. I'm obsessed with it. And not to mention, the packaging is so pretty. So next product I really have been obsessed with, and this is the Marc Jacobs, what is this called? I don't even know. This is the Perfecting Coconut Setting Mist. I've been obsessed with this. I don't know what it is, but lately I've been loving the dew. Like, I've been wanting to look super glowy and hydrated and dewy, and this just gives me that. I know Jaclyn Hill actually went on her Snapchat when she first tried this out, and she said she was kind of disappointed in the spray because it had kind of spritzed out large amounts and it ruined her makeup. Personally, for me, I haven't experienced that, and I'll tell you guys how I kind of got around that. What I did is, as soon as I received this in the mail, because I purchased it on Sephora online, so as soon as I received this in the mail, what I did was I grabbed a piece of paper and I sprayed the first couple sprays, like 3 or 4, maybe 5 if you want to be safe. I sprayed the first couple sprays on the paper, and I don't know what it is, but I guess it was just like that initial spray needed to be kind of wasted in a way. So don't get this and like spray it right away on your face. Waste like a few sprays. It sounds silly, but just waste a few sprays, and then the nozzle is perfectly fine. It spritz out like a beautiful fine mist. Also, every single time before you use it, you have to shake it up really nice. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's a really, like, not thick, but like it's kind of a lotiony spray. It's white. It's a little bit not completely watery. So in order for it to pass through the nozzle properly, you definitely have to kind of shake it up a bit. This is the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. It is so amazing. I've mentioned this before. It's pretty much a cream to powder bronzer, which I'm actually obsessed with. I have another cream to powder bronzer that I want to share with you guys, but I've showed this to you guys before, but lately I've just been really liking it. I don't know what it is. It just feels so beautiful on the skin. It's super buttery, and it blends so nicely. It's also, I think the reason why I've been really obsessed with it this month specifically is because I've been doing a lot of no makeup looks, and I love this for a glam look, don't get me wrong, but this works perfectly if you want something more natural, because I don't know, it just looks really just not overdone. It's not like too cakey, it's not too warm, it's just the perfect shade, perfect formula for more of a natural, beautiful bronze. So let me show you guys the other cream to powder bronzer I've been loving. This is the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. I love this because the shade is really beautiful. What I love about this, I find it's a little bit heavier, a little bit more pigmented than the Chanel one I just mentioned, but it's actually pretty similar. So if you don't want to splurge in the Chanel one, then definitely pick this up. I love the shade of it. It's a really nice, like not too neutral, not too warm, not too cool tone, and look at how that blended out. Like, hello, like I'm not kidding you guys, and as I'm touching it, it feels like there's no product there. It's so invisible on the skin in terms of texture. It feels amazing, and the packaging is so pretty and cute. I love it so much. Okay, so since I talked about the coconut products from Marc Jacobs already, I want to talk about two more. I've been loving their coconut line. I'm not kidding you guys, I've been obsessed. So this is the Marc Jacobs Coconut Perfecting Primer. I've mentioned this before, you guys. I've used this before. I have lip gloss on my teeth. I've used this before and mentioned it before to you guys, but I don't know why this past month I've been totally obsessed with it. It gives you the most luxurious, healthy, hydrating, alive, radiant looking skin. Like your skin just looks healthy. Like if you want your face to have that healthy, plump, alive glow, this is it. It looks so good on the skin. It feels so good as you're applying it, very refreshing. I have been kind of comparing it on my own and testing it side by side and just like comparing it with the Too Faced Hangover. Since they're similar, they're both like coconut primers. And I will say the Too Faced one is a little bit thicker, a little bit drier, not as hydrating as this one. I can't let go of this one. I love the Marc Jacobs one. And I also love their new Dewdrops. The one thing I don't like about this is that it dries pretty quickly. That's the only thing. But if you're quick on your feet, quick with your hands, and quick enough to apply this, it's not really a huge deal. But I love this. It looks so beautiful on the skin, especially if you want to do a no makeup look and you don't want to apply powder highlight or any highlight. You can just kind of pop this on underneath your foundation or just a little bit on top, and it looks so beautiful. So next I have a highlighter palette to share with you guys. This is the Sephora Luminizing palette, it says, but online it says Illuminate palette. Either way, it is beautiful. It is 100% a good little kind of alternative and dupe to the Anastasia glow kits. I actually feel like this is better than the glow kits generally, like as a whole, you know, just because a lot of the glow kits have a little bit of inconsistency in the formula. Some of them are chunky, glittery, and then some shades are really nice. With this, the formula is super consistent, really beautiful on the skin. When I like first swatch this, it's kind of dull and dry feeling, but once you put this on the cheek, it is not dull or dry at all. They're beautiful, and I love the variety. Like you have a nice deeper shade, pinky tones, golden. Like I just like the variety in this. I think it's a really nice little highlighter palette, so you don't have to kind of splurge on higher end ones. So next I want to share with you guys a foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup. I'm sure you guys know this little guy. I've been using this for years, like I'm talking 4 years maybe now, 3-4 years. I'm obsessed with it. I have mine in the shade W6 for anyone who is wondering. Recently I've kind of fallen back in love with it and discovered how much I love this foundation. It reminds me a lot of the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is just way dewier, but it just kind of gives me the same vibe. Super healthy on the skin. It just looks so beautiful. I love, love, love this foundation. It is not long wearing though. Like this is not the foundation you're gonna wear on a super hot day to a pool party if you want your beat face to stay on all day. It's just not. But this is the foundation I wear when I know I only need to have my makeup looking good for a few hours. So next I really want to mention a bronzer palette that I've been loving. This I am going to try to find a link for it. If I can find a link for it for you guys to purchase, check down below and see if I can. But if I can't, I actually purchased this at Winners. If you're Canadian, you know what Winners is. If you're not, Winners is pretty much like TJ Maxx, you know, yeah, like TJ Maxx, right? Yeah. This is the ProArtist by Style Essentials bronzer palette. I'm obsessed with how many beautiful warm shades are in here. But what I love about this is you get a couple cool tone shades. So sometimes when my tan is fading, I can't pull off as warm of a bronzer. So what I like to do is mix the warmer bronzer with the cooler tones and it gives me a whole different bronzer. You know what I mean? Like, it's just great to mix and match. So not only the shades, but the formula of these is incredible. When you apply these on the cheeks, they blend beautifully like butter. I'm not kidding you guys. They apply so smooth. I'm obsessed with the formula, and they're such an affordable palette. You get so many bronzers for a really affordable price, so I've been loving this month. All right, you guys, so that is it for my favorites, and now it's that time where we're gonna get into my regrets for the month. So my first regret of the month are the new Kylie highlighters. These are called the Pressed Illuminating Powders. I have mine in the shade Salted Caramel and Cotton Candy Cream. I'm not a huge fan of these. I find that they're a bit dull and dry on the skin. They're not totally dry where like I can fully say, oh my God, they're so dry. But they do have a little bit of this like dull dryness that I'm not a huge fan of. I wish that they just were a little bit more wet and healthy looking on the skin. I also personally just feel like for someone like Kylie, I don't know, I expected better packaging than just like a cardboard box, you know what I mean? I don't know. So next product I want to talk to you guys about isn't a complete regret at all, but I do just want to update you guys on my thoughts. So these are the new Anastasia blush trios. I believe these just recently launched. This one is in the shade Peachy Love, which is one of my favorites. It's a really pretty shade range, I guess I should say, but I really like this one and this one mainly. This is pretty too though, but anyways. So I really like, the formula is nice. I really love the shades they came out with. The formula is nice. They're not horrible. They don't blend horribly or anything like that. Just for me, I don't think I'll be using these often. You guys probably won't see me use it that often. They're just not gonna be my new fave blushes. There's a couple issues I have with it. Number one, I just find them to be overly pigmented. And for me, when I use blush, I like a blush that's more natural on like the medium coverage side, just so that when you apply it, it's easy to build up and you just don't have like that bam pop of color that you like are stuck blending out. Because blush is such a harsh thing already. It's like a color you're popping on your cheek, you know? So I just feel like if it's too pigmented, it's not my favorite. Another thing too is the packaging. I don't really like how close the shades are together, because when I'm going to dab my brush into this shade, if you have a brush that's large enough, it'll touch the other shades. And for me, when I use a blush brush, I don't like to apply blush with like a super small brush. So whatever brush I use to apply my blush, such a tongue twister, it'll end up dipping into the other shades. So I'm just not a huge fan of these, just in general as a product. I'm not crazy about them. So next, I really want to talk to you guys about these. These are the NARS, what are these called? I know what they're called. Velvet Lip Glides. So when these first came out and a lot of people were featuring them in their video, I was like, I need that shade stripped. So I went ahead, and I remember when I wanted it, it was sold out, but I finally purchased it. It wasn't sold out anymore, and I really love the color of this, but the formula on these is just not good, you guys. It feels so incredibly cheap. Like, I'm not kidding you, if you blindfolded me and I tried these on, I would assume that they're like a lip smackers or like a kid's makeup, like a Toys R Us little kids makeup or something at Claire's or something like that. You know what I mean? Just not NARS. Like, these are super pricey and obviously they're high end. I just expected more. The formula is pretty waxy. It almost feels like a candle wax a little bit. So it's just not comfortable. That's pretty much my main issue, is kind of like the texture. So next I want to talk to you guys about the new Morphe palette. This is the new Morphe 35R. I want to say the formula on this is incredible. You guys know it's no secret. It's not a lie. Morphe isn't overhyped. The formula is good. The eyeshadows are amazing. Like, if you're looking for an affordable eyeshadow palette, but you want like that high-end quality, here it is. But I'm not a fan of the color range of this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I saw this on like Snapchat, I was like, oh my God, that is beautiful. Like, it looks so much prettier, sad to say, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on the internet, online, rather than it does in person. I don't know, when I received this in person, I was kind of just like, why are there so many purple shades? Like, there's so many like of these like mauve-y tones, I feel like, you know, and like they're so warm over here. There's so many beautiful like khaki, warm, rosy, coppery, goldy, bronzy shades here. And then when I want to pair it up with a nice matte, there's purples and like mauves. I can't really pair mauves and purples with like a khaki and like a golden amber shades. Like, I find that it's kind of like a half and half palette. It's very mishmashed. I'm not a huge fan at all. of the colors. I guess the shade range is what I want to say. I also find that a lot of the shimmers are very similar to each other. I'm just not a fan of the entire ensemble here, but the formula is great. So if you like the colors, definitely pick it up because the formula is awesome. So that is it, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed my May favorites and regrets. I had so many things to share with you guys, so I know it was a lot packed into one video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, thumbs up so I can keep updating you guys on these products and which ones I love, which ones I don't love so much. Again, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.